Hello and welcome to Talk Time. What is gender identity? Gender identity, in the most simplest form, is explained as male, female, and third gender. It is a conversation which has been going over years, but it still seems that the understanding of gender identity has yet not reached an understanding which helps the LGBTQ society. Today, the world's biggest democracy, the leader of the democracy says that they will only identify two genders, male and female. Where does that leave the LGBTQ society? Well, to understand that better for myself and for my viewers today, I'm joined with Naaz Joshi. Naaz is not just going to tell us about her journey, but also help us understand that are we becoming more progressive or actually more regressive? Naaz, a very warm welcome to Talk Time.
Thank you so much.
Naz, you are India's first trans woman who is won a pageant, an international pageant, made us proud. Cut a niche for yourself, but it's not been easy for you as well. I've had the conversation with you. It was in 2016. You've won many beauty pageants after that. Now you're an entrepreneur. You're uplifting a lot of trans women. You're working towards a lot of support towards the LGBTQ society. And then you hear what President Trump just said. What do you think about it? How does that affect your community as a whole?
See, honestly speaking, we all look at Mr. Trump as a world leader. He influences a lot of people all over the world, especially leaders. And a lot of people make their policies looking at USA, what USA has been doing in their own states and your own countries. Sadly, the statement that has made it very regressive because we have to accept that there is a third gender, male, female, and third gender. People who don't identify themselves into the boxes of male as given at birth or female given at birth, they realize later that they are a different gender. So there is a need. And when we are saying that we are promoting equity and inclusivity and diversity, these things are even more important. Like when we talk about Meta has just removed all the LGBT themes and trans themes, regressive. Whereas Apple, the company, said that they are not going to change any policy, which is very progressive. So I think his own statement in his own place is getting a lot of mixed reactions coming from Apple and coming from Mark Zuckerberg. So I think, yeah, it's very regressive for our community not to identify other people as third genders.
Uh, when was it for you, as you mentioned, at birth, it might not be the doctor might not identify. It is when people grow up, it could be at a particular age, at a particular time. When was it for you when you realized that, maybe you are a female and it's just.
Very early on, I think I was at 4 or 5 years old when I remember playing with dolls. And when I grew up, I was in sixth standard or seventh standard when I really wanted my hair to look like sadhana cut. And I went to my tuitions, and on my teacher pointed out, "Oh, you want to become sadhana?" I said, "Yes, I want to become sadhana." So yeah, I cut my hair like that way. So that was the time I realized that I'm a woman. But that time we didn't know what to name it because it was too early. We didn't have anything on television. We only had Doordarshan, and there was no conversation about transgenders or LGBTQIA. And this started happening only 10 years ago. So 10 years ago, I realized that, okay, fine, I fit into this box called transgender. But then before that, I thought I'm a female only.
And before you realize that, before your understanding of that, the society has not been very acceptant
No,
to.
not at all. Because when a female, she is trying to, to dress herself as a boy, they will call it tomboy. There's like a respect in tomboy. But when you are, dressing up as a woman, we'll call it like a hijra or something. So this is a very derogative word.
How did you face that in your childhood?
Depressed. I was depressed. I was sad. I used to come home, cry a lot. And yeah, we all of us, in fact, my generation, we all had very depressive childhood.
Was it family which was supportive, which came out to help you?
Not at all. Family disowned us. Family never understood. People thought that, oh my God, he's a boy. We have a boy. Boy should behave like a, boy only. Why he's behaving feminine? Schools, we used to feel bullied by school children, by teachers at times, male teachers especially. Maybe female teachers was very nice to us. But then, yeah, I mean, it was all bullying in the childhood, cousins bullying, and parents not supporting us. So it was very depressive.
When was the time when it was the transition period for you when your parents started to come out and support you and were proud of? what you've achieved?
Recently, I think 10 years ago, when I first entered into beauty pageants, and in fact, I was in 2015, the cover page of a very famous magazine called Tehelka. And that made them very proud that, our girl is doing so good for themselves. And I started doing modeling. I was totally on my own, though I am a fashion designer from NIFT, but that time we didn't have diversity and inclusion and equity. So I didn't get much jobs as a trans woman. I introduced myself as a trans woman, but I never got many jobs. And even if I got jobs, my workplace was not inclusive.
Yeah.
The co-workers and everybody, they were like really reluctant about talking to me. They were not supportive. So I mean, you can't function. You're a designer. You can't function without a team. So my
Yes.
team was not supportive. So I had to quit all that, and then I get into modeling. And then was a time when my parents accepted me.
And over the period, do you consider now trans people have more opportunities in different industries, not just fashion and makeup? And you think there are other industries which have become more acceptance towards trans people?
See, I'll tell you very honestly that few years ago, we were acceptable in fashion. Fashion also, I'll say, only lesbian, gays, and bisexual were acceptable. Trans were not that acceptable. They were not welcoming, the trans
Okay.
people in fashion industry. But now we also have different industries. For example, there are a lot of multinational companies who are getting into DII, and they are also into pink money, which are giving trans people an opportunity, LGBT people an opportunity as an equal space at work environment. Then they do have a lot of workshops which are happening to sensitize co-workers. So things have become much better now from the beginning. And also recently, I was reading yesterday, Telangana, they have pointed out 51 or 52 people, trans women, to volunteer for them in the traffic police, which is very progressive again, which I feel is very, 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 very happy.
As you mentioned to me earlier, the southern states are more progressive when we
Yeah.
talk about trans people. Is that so?
It's true because Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and Hyderabad, Telangana, they all support their trans people. They give them government jobs. They give them assistance for the gender reassignment surgery. They give them money for the gender reassignment surgery. And in fact, like what is not there in Bollywood, that trans people are not given transgender roles, mainstream roles. They give. I mean, a lot of transgender roles to mainstream, to be mainstream trans people. So, and I know a lot of trans people who are working in multinational companies at big posts, which is very good. They're actively participating in politics. They're actively participating in corporate jobs, in films, in fashion, everywhere.
So, do you consider, as you just mentioned right now, has Bollywood depicted trans people rightfully according to you?
Not, no, not really. But I feel that when they start giving roles, our roles to us, we are going to be more accepted because it will definitely going to show people that trans actors exist. We have talent. I mean, I will say Pakistan is more progressive in terms of giving their actor the lead role. I have a friend called Alina Khan who has represented her movie Joyland at Cannes Film Festival, which is a big thing. And same thing should happen in India also. All the mainstream roles, like especially written for us, should be given to us. It's the same thing when the Bollywood says that Hollywood is giving all the brown characters to their own actors.
Yeah.
So why not give they are understanding that we also want to work in Bollywood and we want those pivotal roles to be done by us.
Which is the right thing. You get the right people to do the right job.
Exactly.
Talking about jobs and work, there is one big place of work where we see, which is not an organized sector, which is begging.
Yeah.
And we see a lot of trans people there. What is your take on that?
My take is that first of all, this begging and clapping should be banned. I know it's going to be very controversial, but then if it's going to be no, it's not going to be banned. People are not going to look for other options to work. I mean, they're gonna at least at the red light it should be banned, and they should start looking for jobs like in household activities because for that you don't need a qualification. You can start. They can become somebody to take care of children. Babysitters. They can become security guard. There's so many things that like what men are doing, women are doing. Trans people can do even better. I think they should be employed there, and then this begging thing on the street will get automatically eradicated.
Nas, talking about sensitizing people, especially to the understanding of the trans community, trans people, it is unfortunate that people are not sensitized enough. How are you working towards that?
See, I'm right now. I also have my own NGO called Queen Universe, and we are working with trans people. We are giving them what you call that training for different jobs like makeup, like fashion, like more stuff like cooking, and also at side by side, have my own Instagram handle in which I post reels which are progressive for trans community. I'm followed by honestly right now 49K people and all genuine ones. I'm not bot followers, So I mean, I see a lot of people responding to it in a very positive way, and that is my way of sensitizing people. Because if I say that my one of my reels, like any of my reels, on an average, they reach out to 20,000, 25,000 people at a time on an average, which is very good. I think I use my social media to sensitize people that we also exist, and it's okay to be gay, and it's okay to be a trans person. We are born that way.
Uh, what do you want to tell, especially to trans people, or kids who are born who are still not able, in bigger cities maybe like Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore, people have been able to voice themselves, but in 2 tier, 3 tier cities, we still see that kids are not able to voice themselves. The parents tell them to keep quiet, not come out with their identity. What do you want to tell them?
I think this age of generation, they should not come out so like so fast in their so early on in their child in their ages. Like I see teenagers, 19, 18, 17, they want to tell their parents that we are not from the LGBT community. There's no hurry. I mean, you should be first standing on your footsteps, start earning money, then go and tell your parents, because you don't know how your parents are going to react to it, right? So it's better to be in closet and then fight after 6 years, 7 years once you are on your footsteps. Sadly, now, I mean, earlier there were people from LGBT community which were thrown to get married, I
Yes,
mean,
that's what.
forcefully married. That is not happening now, which I feel is very good thing, because children are getting support groups. There are a lot of NGOs which are helping children, but I still feel that it's a thing that at 18, 19, 20, you're not able to, you cannot handle that pressure of society and your parents also. So better not to come out right now. Be in 20s, 25, 6, 30. When you are totally, you think that you are able to earn good money and you can support yourself financially, then it's good time to come out.
Naz, I want to know from you that you're saying that a person should hold back till they're maybe 30 years old.
Yeah.
But don't you think that's going to have a very massive impact on their mental health? Because you are not able to honest, where in the society we live in. If you're a 30-year-old boy or a girl and your orientation is not what people think it is, then they'll be, where's your girlfriend? Where's your boyfriend? Why are you not going out with some? Don't you think that creates a very different kind of pressure as well?
But that pressure is still better off than what happens after you come out. The entire world changes towards you, because I know people, who pass out as, like, I know about trans girls who pass out as women. They don't want to tell they're trans people, because the moment they tell, maybe they're staying in a girls' hostel, they are going to be asked, okay, leave the girls' hostel, and they
Do
might
you
be
want
asked to
such
leave their
policies
job.
to be changed? Are
Sorry?
you working towards something like that? Do you want these policies to be changed? Where should trans women stay otherwise?
Yeah, for that, our government is open Garima Greh, which are not sufficient. Garima Grehs are hostels, which allows a person, trans person, or a trans men or trans women to stay there for almost a period of 11 months, or till the time they don't get a job. So Garima Greh is there, the hostels are there. But apart from hostels, I believe that girls are very scared to tell about that, because they're going to lose their job, they're going to lose their houses, they're going to lose their boyfriends. So there's so many things at stake, so they don't want to come out. But then we need to make society acceptable, because there are a lot of people today also, they don't understand that this is natural. I mean, today Dharam Gurus are also saying it's natural. I saw one of the posts few days ago. There was a Dharam Guruji. He was saying that if you are from LGBT community, don't get married. To tell your parents that you don't want to get married, because you don't want to spoil your anybody girl's life or boy's life tomorrow. So that is what I'm saying. When today Dharam Gurus are getting sensitized, why not our politicians getting sensitized? Why not our system getting sensitized? The only policy which I feel was progressive was Naaz judgment, which allowed me to change my gender when my papers were not there, when my surgery was not done. So I'm very happy and lucky that I was born in that era. But today's, if you talk about trans right protection bill 21, 1919, they're very regressive. I mean, you have to go to a DM and tell them, oh, I'm a trans woman and give me a certificate. You can't tell your gender like this, like a female and a male. They don't have to say, oh, I'm a male, give me this, or I'm a female, give me this. Why do we need to prove our gender? So this is very aggressive.
What is, it is honestly very endearing to hear from you, because it's important for people to understand what you all go through. It is important for the change to come, because it's an acceptance that we all really really require. As you mentioned about movies that
Hmm.
depict trans people, the particular movie Chandigarh Ka Riyashki, if you talk
Yeah.
about, and the female character is a trans woman, and then she's trying to prove her love to the man. uh, does any of such a situation happen in your life, or friends of yours, or something like that, which make you feel that
Mhm.
wish it was different?
See, I have worked with almost 100,000 trans women and LGBT children till now, in past 48 years of my life. What I have realized is, end of the day, they're all crying, because a man doesn't have the guts enough to accept them, right? So I tell them, might as well just love and just forget. I mean, as long as you're getting your needs fulfilled, you're getting money from them, you're getting a sugar daddy or sugar mommy, it's fine. Because at the end of the day, you have to cry. As Karina Kapoor once said, "Aasu bahane hai, to I will do it a beamer than a bus." So better do it with a beamer than a bus. So that's what I feel. That is the acceptance from men. So might as well, I mean, men need our beauty. We need their money. It's a simple thing.
Do you think people still don't have it in them to accept that, yes, I like a trans woman?
Yes,
The
they
men
don't
don't.
have it in them.
Do,
No, no,
do, do
no.
you think it's because of the society?
Yes, it's because of society. See, it's a very small thing. Like, for example, if I'm dating a man, if I ask them, okay, let's go for a coffee, then he'll be thinking 100 times, oh, I will go to a coffee. What if my relatives see me with a trans woman? They'll think, oh, I'm in a relationship with her. Or, people should think like that. Earlier, now trans women, but 10 years ago, 15 years ago, it was like for the gay people, feminine gay people. People were not ready to go with them for coffees or for a movie. Oh, they will also think about us the same way. I know when I was dating a man, I think 15 years ago, he used to walk with me like 6 feet away from me. Oh, I don't want to be seen with you. We can go for movies, okay, dark everything, but in the public, I want to be 6 feet away from you. So that's not working, no. So might as well I said that money is like love.
But do you think, just like how for gay people, for lesbian people, views have changed, people have become. I see a lot of stand up comedians now who come out and talk about if they're bisexual or asexual or anything, and they come out and talk about it on stage in front of a lot of crowd. Do you think for trans people also this will change over?
Yeah, I think, yeah. I mean, see, things are changing. I'm not saying things are not changing. Things are changing. Things have changed a lot. When I was a youth and now I see other youths of trans community or LGBT community, they are much empowered today. They have a lot of knowledge thanks to internet, thanks to social media platform. There are a lot of support coming from the cis people, cis women especially. So I see that there is a lot of changes that has happened, but the pace of change is very slow, very low, and we can't expect any change to happen overnight. So we took so many years to get freedom from Britishers. Similarly, we'll get a lot of time to get free from all this humiliation that we all have to go through on an everyday basis, and we'll take time to get accepted. But finally, acceptance is going to be there.
That's what even I hope for, Nas. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for speaking to us, and thank you for giving all this light and giving so much power to not just trans women but to LGBTQ women and to a lot of women like myself to
Yeah.
say that you can stand out. It is what you're saying today is right. Maybe 50 years back, women like me would not be able to sit and do a show of our own, but
Correct.
today we have changed,
Yeah.
and tomorrow that would be for you as
Yeah,
well.
imagine like we had Parda system also at a time. Today, all the women are so free. I mean,
Yes.
similarly, I think freedom will come for us also. It's going to take a little time and we'll be there.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I hope you're there to watch it and watch the change.
Yeah,
And it
sure.
is not going to be any more of anything regressive, but progressive. Thank you
Sure.
so much for talking to
Thank
us.
you.
Thank you.